So Dubai or UAE is basically known for two things. One is their tourism and second is their real estate. So in last video I spoken about certain business idea which you can try if you are planning to make Dubai or UAE as your second home or as your backup country. Now in this video I will tell you certain experience which I got in Dubai real estate market when I planned to buy a flat there in one of their properties. So let's begin. So hi, my name is Arun Tiwari and I generally make video on NRI taxation, lower TDS or tax planning. But this video I am just going to share my own experience on UAE and the UAE real estate market so far I had. So let's begin with the first process. So basically in Dubai real estate you can enter in two way, or you can say you can enter three way. So the first way you can become a builder, which is very costly and you need a hell lot of money. So it is definitely not practical, but it's not impossible. If you are a person from maybe Europe, from UK with a lot of money, of course you can enter there, and Dubai real estate market is I think exploding. Just I think 3 or 4 years back there was 5 or 6 big real estate like big builders. Now I think there is more than 15. So of course if you have a lot of money you can definitely check out that how to be a builder in Dubai, because if you become a builder I am saying you are going to be king, and I will tell you why you are going to be called as a king in Dubai real estate market. Second way you can enter the Dubai real estate market is as an investor. Like you can buy a flat and you can sell it, something they call it flip. So like you can buy a flat, take the possession and sell it to actual user like that. Third way you can enter the real estate market is as a real estate broker. Now real estate broker is the most affordable way, and now you can understand if it's most affordable, that means there is a lot of people doing that, because it doesn't require upfront capital, it doesn't require a lot of like assets or knowledge. Just you have a mobile phone, a good set of, you can say, suits, and you can just get anything rented. You can get anything rented in Dubai, maybe suits also, boots also, I don't know, but most of things you can get rented. You can get a fancy car as a rented, and you can show off like you are a super successful in Dubai, and you can start your career as a Dubai real estate. Even suppose you don't have your like registration, you can still work with as a freelancer with any other like builder, sorry, not with the builder, any other you can say registered broker. So there basically you're just going to connect with the investors and he will take care of everything and he will share some part of that with you, or you can work as an employee also. So these are all options are available. Now depending on how much capital, how much like qualification and how much time you have, you can choose how to enter the Dubai real estate market. Now one thing I found it very surprising, and I'm still figuring out whether it is really hype or it's really the demand, is in Dubai market one strange thing happens. Like as soon as builder gets a plan approved, he starts a kind of getting interest from investors, which they call it expression of interest, EOI. And you won't believe, lots of buildings from big builders who are building like maybe 500, 1000, 2000 flats, all the 2000 flats, which none of flats are less than 3.5 crore, 4 crore, get sold in 3 years, 3 days straight at the level of EOI. Now at the level of EOI means at the side nothing has happened, the side is just like that, only it is the design which has been passed. So it happens that way. Like you will not be able to wrap around your head that what exactly happening, from where all this money coming, who is buying, who is selling. The only thing with the big reputed builder getting flat at the level of EOI can become a challenge, which we also face, because lots of time we go today and we inquire about certain flats, certain properties, we get their data because we need some time to process it. We are normal investors, right? The normal people, and we are talking about 3.5 crore, 4 crore, even you are looking at 1 BHK or studio apartment. But by the time next time we are calling our agent that okay, we have zeroed on this flat, and the usual answer come to us like, sir, it is already booked. It is already booked. Like it's very difficult. Like you have to decide on the spot that which flat you want. So you have to get your work done at like very well before you go to meet any builder or their projects. This one thing is very strange because it doesn't happen even in Mumbai, which is again quite a fancy real estate market. But even here you can get the project, like get your required flat for 2-3 days or maybe 5 days also. There in 3 days all the projects sold out at EOI level. Second important part is there, if you are going as an investor, then one thing you should understand, like if you are trying to buy a property and flip it, like most of people do this, and as claimed by a lot of like real estate agents, they are making a lot of money, which I'm also waiting to make my share of money there after getting my flat delivered, which will be delivered maybe 15 months from now. So what is the another thing you have to see, that you will not get a loan till the building is complete, and that's where and that's why you are coming into picture as an investor. So there are people who are working there who need a house, but they don't have that much money to buy that even 1 BHK room or studio apartment, and that's why you as an investor are coming into that market. You are buying that property till the time the property is completed, because once the property is completed, then bank is ready to give loan on that property. So generally what happen in Dubai market, they call it something 60-40 or 70-30. That means during construction you have to give 60% amount, and after construction is done 40% amount you have to give it, or 30% amount you have to give it. It depends builder to builder. There is one builder also, I will talk about his very famous scheme, which is called 1% scheme. I will talk about that also. But most of the builder, they follow this 60-40 or 70-30. And most of cases, if you are outside investor, it's 70-30. If you are a resident, that means you have a resident visa, they will give you 60-40. That means during construction time you have to give 60%. After the construction is done, flat is handed over to you, you have to make arrangement for 40%. So for 40%, either you can pay from your own pocket if you have money, or you can get some loan. Now to getting loan there, you should have an income of at least 15,000 dirham and above. Then only you will get a loan. So you cannot just like you sitting in India, you don't have any income in your Dubai and you can go and take a loan. Generally it doesn't happen. If you are working there, getting some income, then of course you can. So the good part about this as an investor, which I have calculated, like actually you have to pay the 60%. But when you are going to sell, even suppose you are selling at 20% profit, you are selling at 100%. 40% you never pay, because 40% will be paid by the person who is going to buy from you, and actually 40% will be financed by bank. So if you calculate the ROI, it's very good. It's almost 30%. So if it happens even in like, if I say 1.5 year, 20% per year is great. I am saying even it happens in 2 years, 15% per year, even that's great, right? So that's all happening, which is called a flipper investor, like who flips. Now another thing I'm going to talk about, another builder who is have very like interesting you can say scheme, which is called 1% scheme. In that you just have to pay 1% of the property value every month. So basically for 5-6 years you can just pay 1% and you can keep it. So don't have to commit a large sum, because most of the other builders, they basically ask 20% as a down payment, and then whatever amount they will give you some installment per month or per quarter. So you have to bring 20% on the spot. While in Danube, basically it is run by another Indian builder, which is very famous and very active on social media, and I really like the way he speaks, the confidence, and really he built a very big like fortune there. So he has done this because he want to make his scheme more affordable to people directly, and he don't want to believe more on brokers. So 1% scheme again is very good if you can't like cough up 20% upfront. So these are some items which I told you about entering into real estate as an investor, as a builder, which is very rare for most of us people, because we don't have billions of dollars. And third, I told you as an investor, like you can start with one property, then you can flip it, buy another property, then you flip it, and like that you can build your portfolio. Lots of people have done this. I have heard their stories, I have met them also, but only thing I'm waiting, my own story is getting real, and then only I will start believing it, because I have a person who will see it to believe it. I'm just waiting to see my $1 billion coming to me, or million dirham coming to me. Now the last thing you have to understand is, you can invest in Dubai property, either you have a resident visa or you don't have. you can invest as a investor also. You don't have to take a resident visa, because in most of the cases, if you take the resident visa and you are not doing any kind of business, that means either you have to have on employment of some company, or you have to take a trade license. Now taking a trade license like 4 lakh rupees per year cost, plus some extras. So until unless you are not doing some business and staying in Dubai, you should not be taking that trade license. If you're just coming to Dubai to invest in property, you can come on you can say tourist visa, invest there and go back home. The tourist visa generally come for like 1 month, and if you want you can come again in after 3 months or whatever, whenever you want to come. So there is no problem. Only thing, if you're coming on tourist visa, you will not get your NRI status. So for NRI status, you should have a resident visa and you have to stay more than 6 months or outside India, right? So this is something which basically I told you about Dubai real estate market. Whatever I understood so far, stay tuned with me, because I'm going to share more my understanding as and when I'm going to take it. You will get a lot of advertisement claiming this, claiming that. The only thing, as an investor, whatever honestly happening with me, I'm going to share. This is the only platform you get it. And believe me, I'm not trying to sell or offer anything as a service to anybody who is watching this video. My simple service is NRI taxation, and I help definitely people to set up business in India. And I so far I'm also trying to set up some company where I can help them to set up a business in Dubai. As a chartered accountant, I have a lot of work as an auditor and all in Dubai, so I don't have to sell, at least not now, all these the real estate and all. So whatever I'm going to tell you is going to be my honest opinion. Of course, whatever the limit of my knowledge or understanding, that's only I'm going to tell you, and beyond that is not possible. So that's all, friends, about Dubai real estate market. If you need more information on that, if you're already in touch with somebody, you want an honest opinion from my side, you can put a mail and either me or my team will come back and respond. In case of real estate, generally I will talk to you, because my team doesn't have exposure on that, at least so far. That's all. Thank you. Have a nice day.